So welcome to another wet and wonderful video, and today is my 11th wedding anniversary. Rather than celebrate that, I have other responsibilities, going me to a museum that tomorrow is having their 25th anniversary. So I have to pack up all my vehicles and take them down to the museum today to get them in position, and I'll be staying there overnight. Fortunately though, we did do some anniversary celebrations yesterday. And anyway, let's get started. We've got lots to do. So first order of duty, we have to tarp this up, which I've started doing a little bit off camera, and then we have to get this vehicle ship shape and shuttle events, roll all the canvas down, and then once we've moved this, taken it out, we need to come back, which we'll be getting a lift with my NDIS support worker. We'll be picking this up and putting that trailer behind it, taking that out as well. Now on a wet and rainy day, we need to make sure that the bung plugs are out, because this 8-wheeler is amphibious, and if it's in the rain too long, it will fill up with water. Alright, now I have a battery system in this trailer. It's connected to a solar panel. I need to move that down and tuck it in there and turn off my motion sensing lights as well. Alright, of course we're gridlocked. This vehicle's got to go so that we can get that vehicle out to hitch this up. Now, the other thing I think might be an issue. No, for a change I haven't parked this so close to the posts that I can't pull it straight out, but I will have to move this way a little bit as I come out. Okay, so it's canvas time and flaps. We need to find the little lever that's hiding down in here. Now what that does is, in case you're aware, it activates the air conditioning system. Now we're at 12.2 volts. It's been sitting a while, so hopefully it starts. Now, we don't want everything getting wet in the back here, so we are going to undo this one-handed, which is easier said than done. Okay, flaps are secured. It's only now that I realised that someone's nicked the wiper off the front. Alright, so we need to make a couple of changes here and see if it starts. Oh, we did alright. Should put it pretty close. There it is, right there. Well, I'm not too bad with the positioning of the hitch these days. I'm getting better at it. This one's a bit lower, I forget. I'm going to have trouble winding the wheel up now. Alright. This is just some of the stuff that goes into preparing for these events. Now, I'll wind this one down. Spring clip. Right. Trains. Right. Hitched. Yep. You're going to break it if you do that. Hop in. Okay. Alright, so my apprentice is getting a lift with me too. See how we go here. Now, need to make sure stuff isn't falling over. Let me go have a look what that was. Okay, that was a magnetic number plate snagging on the other trailer and falling on the ground. Ages ago, and I forgot to come in and get it. Yeah, the green button picks up Sierra, not the red button. Right, we have arrived. Time to turn everything off.
Still bleeding?
No, it looks alright. We'll get the first aid kit out in a minute. Brenda's bumped her elbow getting in. It's just a wonderfully sunny summer day here. Alright, so while we've got half an hour to kill, we're just familiarising the apprentice with the museum and some of the changes, because she occasionally gives people tours around here as well. So we do need some more LEDs in the cabinets and stuff down here. Yeah, so I'm kind of hoping this clears up by tomorrow. Good job. We're going to clean some stairs off. That's definitely a useful thing. I used to have office space underneath the stairs, and that's when we stapled that blanket under there. Alright, we're going to go and have a quick once off around here. The TV there. The TV's up on that side now. The one in the other room's on the other end. So yeah, we're going to do a quick once over. Well, the new LED lights look good. We used to have these in the system. I've got a light and sound show that flickers these in time with bomb drops and stuff. Probably less effective nowadays. So I may be revisiting that project in the future. Bofors. The front control has popped off the bloody. No, it's okay, I won't. And of course, recent legal changes surrounding these matters are something we have to be careful of. And of course, we have the light horse section. Light horsemen running the blood in our family. One of my other projects. Is this still working? Or does it need to be turned off and back on again? Maybe unplug the power and plug it back in again. You push the shutdown. Yep. So what we do, unplug it in the back and then plug it back in again. Give it a reboot, see what happens. So right at this point it should be playing a video. It is not. So more things to fix. Alright, and just like that we are back. The lift came and picked me up. Now we're loading up the amber. We're going to take the tarp off the roof in a moment. We're going to grab the trailer around there and hitch it up on the back of this, and then head back down there. Apprentice is back home. She's going to line herself up for a birthday party, so she won't be joining me on the return trip. This looks like a bomb's hit it. We're going to have to clean all that up. Do that tonight. Too much to do right now. Someone flogged one of my chains the other day, so one chain it is for today. We'll work it out when we can afford to buy another clip. Alright, the rain has eased up for a bit. Now we're in the six-wheeler. And my club permit book got wet. Alright, so apparently there was some heavy rain last night. Glove box is not a safe place for things that can be water damaged. Okay, let's see if things will fire up here. Fairly typically when I pull out, having been in the rain for a while like this, the water has built up inside this bit of vinyl and it'll come dripping out here. So spider webs everywhere. I may open the door as I come down the curb and just let that drain out for a minute. It's just, oh, it's pouring out that side. Let's sit this side for a minute and let it all drain out the door. It'll take a minute. Now, the one thing I always forget, when I put a piece of rubber or carpet up the top to protect the rear vent, I always drive off and forget about it and it falls off and I lose it. I saw it this time. It works. That didn't make life easier. Now, there is still water dripping out of all the lining. I think at some point I'm going to have to remove all the lining in this and see where it's coming through and how much things are rusted and where. Alright, and we're here, and there's the other one beside us. So we're going to set up and do a bit of cleaning and work out how to dry out my club bridge book. Alright, so we found a more sheltered spot for the vehicles. I'll be able to sneak an extension lead out here later tonight. I don't need food. So yeah. I came out to check on it before, and clearly the roof has been leaking because my measuring cup that I just rinsed out was full of red dirt, so I'm going to have to wash that later. But that top vent is still leaking for some reason I will never understand. Alright, so we've got some cleaning and organising to do. Later tonight when it's quiet I'll sit with this and see if I can figure out why it's not working. I'm going to wait until things calm down outside a bit to organise the front seats of the vehicles. It is just too windy and wet right now to do any of that. But you can probably hear vacuum cleaners and stuff going on down in the restoration room down here. We're going to work on that. So yeah. And if we have a zoomie up here, we have a new barrel on the ferret. Somebody stole the old one at some point, which was frustrating. Alright, so we're down to fixing the little interactive display. It looks a lot like it's changed the mount point of the drive, which means the playlist is now out of sync. I should really just put a bigger SD card in this that can handle all the files that are supposed to be there, then I wouldn't have to worry about the memory stick. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to do a find and replace on the entire playlist, and it should go down and update all of those. Alright, we got it working. What I did is I added both mount locations to the playlist, so it'll skip through any that don't work and eventually find the right one. And it doesn't matter which position it mounts the drive in, it should always work. Okay, so we're here, we're camped, we're here for the night. We'll see how it goes in the morning. Anyway, it is certainly wet. I'm not feeling bad about bringing an amphibious vehicle because if it keeps raining we may need it. Anyway, alright, so I fell asleep for a couple of hours and water just started pouring out under this layer I've put on here. It could be leaking out through the air conditioner because I was running that. It could be leaking in through the plate on the roof or a bunch of other things. It's leaked here and I have had nightmares trying to stop it leaking. So of course it dripped away on a couple of pillows here which are now soaking wet. I chucked a bin under here to catch it. But there's still water dripping off here, and I don't know where it's coming from. Alright, I got frustrated enough to climb up top and have a look. I think what's happening is it's building up along this channel here, and it's coming in under gaps that have opened up as things have vibrated over time. This was all siliconed in, obviously not enough up the back. I'm going to get the blower here, try and blow some of that water out, just to stop the dripping for the night. Yeah, there was a fair bit of water hiding under there, so hopefully that stops the drips for now. I've got some more work to do later on in fixing this, but it also was some amazingly heavy rain. Even the stretcher in the back of that somehow got wet. I don't know how. Now, fortunately the 4G modem is not wet. The roof box has held out pretty well despite the seal being a bit dodgy. These, on the other hand, I'm going to have to, well, yeah, the nut's just rusting off anyway. I'll have to do something about that. The water's clearly been leaking through there at some point. After I blew things around the blower, there's lots more water draining back down inside again. So I think I might have hit the money, or hit the nail on the head. We find ourselves in a closed section of the museum at night today, looking at some aircraft dials. We're going to talk about radium today, and in here there are radium dial instruments, and you find some of them will go off, and they'll set off a radiation detector. But you notice, if I take the light away, none of them glow. We'll turn this radio code off. If I change my light here over to ultraviolet, we can see what they probably would have looked like in their day. All the dials will glow, but the phosphor has degraded. It's just interesting to see what it would have been like. Alright, so after complaining to my my lovely financial manager, we're going to call her the wife, it's our anniversary, she's the wife. After complaining to my lovely wife about the pillow incident, she brought fresh pillows out, took the old ones back, came back with a couple of family-sized pizzas, which are what you would call a large pizza in the USA, and I could only eat half of that, so I have some Ziploc bags and I'm going to try and squeeze it all, the rest of it in the fridge. I have partly taken the roof lining off. I've started the air conditioner because I desperately need to drop this humidity, and we've got the bug zapper because the mosquitoes have now come in. Speaking of which, there is a good one right there. I got him. Okay, so this place looks like an absolute bomb's hit it because I had to move everything out of the way of the water. I've been watching some YouTube. I've been and done some radioactive stuff, some YouTube shorts. I'm tired. So this is going to get left like this until the morning, and I just hope that the controlled dripping lands in the bin and not all over everything else. Yep, I think my problem is 100% air conditioner. It's leaking inside somehow. Well, it's morning. I survived the night, and yeah, it's mostly clear today. I've got to check the weather app yet. Still kind of wet out there. I've got to put my roof back together, although I think once I move things around there's going to be some water hiding up in there that's going to dribble out. But yeah, what is it? It's like nearly 8 o'clock in the morning. 10 o'clock's when things happen, so I got to move vehicles around. Alright, a quick morning assessment. The stretch is still wet. I've got a bunch of stuff to move around and stuff. Yeah, there's the lesson learned somewhere along the lines. Lots of water gets in here and drips down the front. So I'll have to figure that out before it rusts out our doors. And there's probably a lot underneath here, including a battery. These things definitely need to clean out. Okay, back around to get the other one. Now I'm on more level ground. That helps. Alright, parked. Alright, well, we had some more vehicles show up. A Studebaker and a Jeep. And it's not raining. Doing pretty well today.
6.5 hours later.
Well, we had a few extra vehicles show up, but we had a lot of people through today. That's kept me busy. Got a 1945 Studebaker back. Another 6-wheel drive. Certainly looks like it would be a lot easier to get into the steering assembly there and maintain that. Not quite the same space with the ones I've got. That's not too bad. And Provost there and our two Mackies, they don't move. Shockingly, it's turned out to a beautiful sunny day right now. I've even got the flag flying. The weather's even so good, we can almost see some of the old munition bunkers on the horizon over there. They used to have wooden roofs and their earth mound semi-submerged bunkers where they used to store ammunition. It's nice to be able to see them. And a bit of sun and wind and everything's drying out nicely. That makes me happy. That thing uses about 38 litres per 100k. It is more than my ambulance. Alright, we've got one vehicle back. Now we go back for another one. Alright, so I'm safely back home in air conditioning, which I really appreciate. It's been about 98% humidity the whole time I was out there. It's a long video, I know, but I hope it gives you some insight into all the background preparation that goes into what are sometimes very short videos. Sometimes I find I work really hard for a video and everybody hates it. I do very low effort videos and people love it. So decided this time I'm doing it low effort. Hope you enjoyed. Give us a thumbs up if you like it. See you later.